If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. Vector masks in Photoshop serve the same function as layer masks, which were discussed in an earlier lesson in this tutorial titled How to Create Layer Masks in Photoshop, in that vector masks also show or hide the content in their linked raster layer. However, layer masks define their data using raster data, while vector masks instead define their data using vector data. Note that a raster layer can have both a layer mask and or a vector mask applied, as they are not exclusive. You can easily create vector masks as shown in the previous lessons in this chapter titled How to Use the Paths panel in Photoshop and How to Use the Shape Tools in Photoshop. However, there are also many other ways to apply and edit vector masks using your vector-based drawing tools in Photoshop. Like layer masks, you can apply a vector mask to a raster layer in Photoshop that shows or hides all its linked raster layers content. To apply a vector mask in Photoshop, select the raster layer to which to add the vector mask in the Layers panel in Photoshop. To then add a vector mask that shows all its linked layers content, select Layer, Vector Mask, Reveal All from the menu bar. Alternatively, to add a vector mask that hides all its linked layers content, select Layer, Vector Mask, Hide All from the menu bar. Doing this then adds the vector mask to the layer, where it appears in the Layers panel to the right of the selected layer and any layer mask for the layer if one exists. Alternatively, to add a vector mask to a selected layer in the Layers panel, for any path selected in the Paths panel, first select the path to apply as a vector mask in the Paths panel. Then select the layer to which to apply the selected path in the Layers panel. Then select Layer, Vector Mask, Current Path from the menu bar to apply a vector mask in the shape of the currently selected path to the currently selected layer. To edit a vector mask in Photoshop, select the Vector Mask to Edit in the Layers panel, and then edit the shape using any of the pen tools or the direct selection tool as shown in the previous lessons in this chapter. To move the position of the vector mask path within the layer, use the Path Selection tool to click and drag the path of the vector mask to a new location in the layer, and then release it. Like layer masks, you can also edit the properties of a vector mask when it is selected in the Layers panel by changing its settings in the Properties panel. To change the opacity of the vector mask, use the Density slider in the Properties panel or enter a percentage value into its adjacent field. To apply feathering to a vector mask, use the Feather slider in the Properties panel or enter a pixel measurement into its adjacent field. To disable a vector mask in Photoshop to hide its filtering effects on the associated layer's content, select the vector mask to disable in the Layers panel. Then choose Layer, Vector Mask, Disable from the menu bar. To enable its display again, choose Layer, Vector Mask, Enable from the menu bar. Alternatively, hold down the Shift key and click a vector mask in the Layers panel to both disable and enable it. If needed, you can also move an existing vector mask in Photoshop from a layer to another layer that doesn't have a vector mask. To move a vector mask in the Layers panel of Photoshop, Click and drag the vector mask to move, and then drop it onto the layer to which to move it. It then applies its masking effect to the new layer instead. Also note that if you duplicate a layer containing a vector mask, the vector mask is also duplicated. This is also an easy way to create a duplicate of an existing vector mask if needed, which you can then move to the desired layer, and then delete the duplicated layer. This is just an alternative way to add an existing vector mask to a new layer. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.